Thank you for watching. This one felt to me like returning to my roots. I used to spend a lot of time on my Digitakt, but it's been a while. But every time I return to it, I'm greeted by this pretty massive library of old samples that I've built up by watching old YouTube videos, trying to record as people were demoing vintage drum machines and things like that, and then putting the individual samples in the little box. Everything was then sequenced via the Digitakt Deluge, which is an amazing machine for sequencing. It's amazing for a lot of things, but sequencing in particular, because you can make these long sequences. You're not confined to the typical drum machines, 16 or 64 steps, but it's, I think, unlimited, essentially. So great for longer musical phrases. In this case, the longest thing that you will have heard was the bass line, which is my Behringer Crave. So that too is sequenced via the Deluge, but then it's actually mixed into the to the Digitakt. Maybe I'm making this more complicated than it needs to be, but I actually really like the new firmware upgrade where you can add the delay and the reverb and stuff. So I figured why not just play it all together. On most of the drum samples that I have a low pass filter, and not only that, I have low frequency oscillators that are controlling the low pass filter, and by letting that run independently between the different channels, tracks, whatever it's called, it becomes a lot more organic, the sound. So the snare will be slightly cut off and then slightly more opened up, and that's true for all the other ones too. And together it just makes it feel a little bit more unpredictable, organic. Same thing is true for the Crave. I have LFOs controlling the pulse width and I think the cutoff for the filter as well, but you've seen that I fiddle a lot with those parameters with my hands as well. In the Deluge, I've assigned the sequencing, of course, but also added a lot of probability, and I tried making things with 30-second notes or maybe even 64th notes, things that are more challenging to do on most drum machines or sequencers, just because I can, and this machine is suited so well for experimenting a little with sequencing. Everything is then routed into Ableton Live. In Ableton, I'm adding a little bit of equalizer, compressor, what else? Chorus, tape saturation, a few of those things. Nothing major, but just as a stereo master channel effect. I think it adds a nice little flavor to the sound, which otherwise can feel a little bit less cohesive. Like always, I'm very thankful that you're watching this. I know I'm nearing 300 subscribers now, which to me feels like a big deal. I'm obviously putting a lot of, care into these things, so when people watch them, when people like and comment and stuff, it means a lot to me. That's everything for this time. Thank you, and please let me know in the comments if you have any thoughts or comments or questions or whatever it may be, and I'll try my best to answer. Thank you.